Welcome to Net Chemistry. Today I am going to discuss about how to calculate the crystal field stabilization energy of these complexes. You will be getting a sure question from this topic. So we will see how to calculate. The first complex I have written COF6 3-. Okay, I am taking that complex directly. COF6 3-. To calculate the crystal field stabilization energy, first you should know the d orbital splitting. If you see this complex, what is this shape of the complex? COF6, 6 ligands are there. So this is an octahedral complex, right? First you should know the d orbital splitting in an octahedral complex. How the d orbitals are splitting? This is the degenerate energy level in the pure metal, and it will be splitting into two sets, T2G and EG, right? This is the splitting. In T2G, you have three orbital dxy, dxz and dyz. So, three orbitals I have written in T2G, and EG two orbitals are there, dx square minus y square and dz square, right? This is the d orbital splitting in an octahedral environment. So, what you have to do? First, you have to calculate the oxidation state of the metal. To calculate the cobalt oxidation state, you know how to calculate. This is +3 oxidation state. Cobalt is in +3 oxidation state. Suppose you don't know the oxidation state of the cobalt, you have to put X. Then fluorine, you know halogens are having minus charge. So minus 6. 6 fluorine atoms are there. Minus 6 is equal to what is the total charge you got? Minus 3, right? So what you have to do? X you have to find out. Minus 3 plus 6. So you will be getting plus 3. This is the way you have to calculate the oxidation state of the metal. Cobalt alone, if it is there, means 3d7 4s2. Since it is plus 3 oxidation state, 3 electrons have gone. So the electronic distribution is 3d6 and 4s0, right? So d orbital 6 electrons are there. Next question is whether this complex is low spin or high spin complex. How to find out the low spin and high spin complex? Based on this ligand. Fluorine is the ligand here. So to calculate the crystal field stabilization energy, first you should know the geometry of the complex. Okay, that is what I have written. This complex first we have seen is an octahedral complex. That is the geometry of the complex. If you know the geometry of the complex, then you know the d orbital splitting. The last video I have taken all the d orbital splitting in different environment from all these coordination numbers. D orbital splitting we have seen in the last video. If you have not seen that video, I am giving a link in the description. You can go through that. Okay. Second one is oxidation state of the metal. Okay. And the oxidation state we have find out. The third one is strength of the ligand. How to calculate the strength of the ligand? Strength of the ligand is based on the spectrochemical series, which we already have seen in the last video. So strength of the ligand. The third one you should know the strength of the ligand, and the fourth one is size of the metal. So crystal field stabilization energy depends on geometry, oxidation state, strength of the ligand and size of the metal. If you see the geometry, square planar complexes will have the highest d orbital splitting. Then come to the octahedral, then only tetrahedral complex. This is the order of the crystal field splitting. Okay. And oxidation state, highest oxidation state will be having the highest CFSE. Okay. So if you are getting an oxidation state of 3 plus and 2 plus, which one will have the CFSE more? 3 plus will be having the crystal field stabilization energy more. And the third one is strength of the ligand based on the spectrochemical series. So if you see, carbon family will come first, then nitrogen, then oxygen, then halogens. Okay. This is a strong field ligand and this is the weak field ligand. And the last one is size of the metal. Size of the metal, what all are the d orbitals? You have 3d series, 4d series and 5d series, right? In that 5d series will be causing the highest splitting, and then 4d, then 3d. Size of the metal is high, the splitting will be high. Based on this only you have to calculate the crystal field stabilization energy. So our example what I have taken COF6 3-, right? Here we have find out cobalt is in the +3 oxidation state. Geometry you know octahedral. So oxidation state you have find out from this +3 oxidation state. D orbital configuration now you know 3d6. Next one we came to the ligand. Ligand is halogen is here. Halogen is a weak field ligand, so always it will form high spin complexes. High spin complex means based on the Hund's rule only electronic distribution. I am going to give the electronic distribution. 3D 6 are there. First you will feel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then extra electrons only, then only it will be coming to the T2G level. Okay. Then what is the electronic distribution you got? T2G 4 electrons and EG 2 electrons. Since it is a high spin complex, low spin means pairing could have happened. Okay. How to calculate the crystal field stabilization energy now? If you see the d orbital splitting, this is 0.4 and this is 0.6, this splitting, right? Minus 0.4 into number of T2G electrons plus 0.6 into number of EG electrons, right? So I am writing minus 0.4 into number of T2G electron into 4 plus 0.6 into number of EG electrons 2 electrons, right? So how much you are getting? Minus 1.6 plus 1.2, you will be getting minus 0.4. This much delta O you will be getting. So you will be getting 4 dq. Okay, delta O is equal to 10 dq, right? So you will be getting 4 dq is the crystal field stabilization energy of this complex. Other than that, what and all you can predict from this? You can predict the number of unpaired electrons are there, right? So this complex is ESR active, right? And this complex is unpaired electrons are there, so the complex is colored complex. Color you can predict, ESR activity you can predict, and magnetic moment, the last magnetic moment mu effective you can predict. What is the equation to calculate? Root of n into n plus 2, right? So where n is the number of unpaired electron. How many unpaired electrons are there? 4 unpaired electrons, right? Root 24 you will be getting nearly 5. Value you will be getting nearly 5, right? This is the what all the things you can predict from the calculate the crystal. You can calculate crystal field stabilization energy, magnetic moment, ESR activity, etc. Next example I have written MnH2O 6 times 2 plus. Okay. Here water is a neutral ligand, so oxidation state of the metal will be plus 2, right? Manganese plus 2 means manganese alone, if you see 3d6 4s1 plus 2 means it has become 3d5 configuration, right? 3d5 configuration, since there are 6 ligands are there, this is an octahedral complex, right? So octahedral splitting will be T2G and EG, right? 2 orbital they are splitted. T2G contains 3 orbital and EG is having 2 orbital. So 5 electrons have to distribute. Before that, the strength of whether it is a weak field ligand or strong field ligand, water is oxygen family, right? This is a weak field ligand, so it will not cause pairing. As per Hund's rule, electrons will be distributing. So how many? T2G3 and EG2 you have given the electrons. Now you have to calculate the crystal field stabilization energy. Crystal field stabilization energy is equal to 0.4 into number of T2G electrons plus number of EG electrons. So what is number of T2G electrons? Into 3, right? 0.6 into number of EG, 2 electron, right? Plus 1.2 and minus 1.2 you will be getting 0 delta O. Means 0 into 10, 0 dq. Okay, crystal field stabilization energy is 0 here. And the other thing what and all you can predict from this, since 5 unpaired electrons are there, this is ESR active, right? And what about magnetic moment mu effective? Mu effective is equal to root of n into n plus 2, right? Where n is the number of unpaired electron, you have to give 5 into 5, root of 35 you will be getting 36 means 6, so nearly 6 you are getting, right? 5 point something you will be getting the value. This is about magnetic moment, and color, this complex will be colored due to unpaired electrons are present. Next is this complex CONH3 6 times plus 3. If you see the oxidation state of the metal will be +3, since ammonia is a neutral ligand, cobalt is the +3 oxidation state. +3 oxidation state already we have seen 3d6 4s0, right? +3. 3 electrons have gone. 3d7 4s2 was the actual electronic configuration of cobalt. So +3 it has become 3d6, d6 configuration. And if you see NH3 plus 6, this is a low spin complex, right? Ammonia will act as a strong field ligand with cobalt +3 oxidation state. So d6 configuration, low spin means first pairing will happen. It is not as per Hund's rule. It will be pairing will be happening first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 electrons will be in the T2G and Eg will be 0. So T2G6 and Eg0 is the electronic configuration. Here you have to calculate crystal field stabilization energy is minus 0.4 into number of T2G electron only, Eg 0. So you will be getting minus 2.4 delta O, right? So you have to give 24 dq, minus 24 dq you are getting the value. But if you are seeing there is a pairing energy, right? Pairing energy is required to form the low spin complexes. So you have to minus how many electrons have paired. If you see here I am writing d6 high spin complex. Okay, if it is a high spin complex, how the electron could have been distributed? Electrons will be distributed as per Hund's rule. Here 5 electrons are distributed, then 1 electron addition has come. So it has come to the T2G. So T2G 4 and Eg2 is the distribution, right? So if it is a low spin complex, these 2 electrons additionally come for the pairing, right? This has come for the pairing. Eg2 has come for the pairing. So how many pairing electrons is there? Minus 24 dq minus 2 pairing electron. Okay. d6 high spin itself 1 electron already paired. Additional pairing only 2 electrons are there. That only you have to minus. Okay. Clear? And what about the ESR activity? All the electrons are paired. There is no ESR activity. What is mu effective magnetic moment? Magnetic moment also 0. This complex is a diamagnetic complex. Okay. Magnetism is 0. All the paired electrons only, ESR inactive and complex is diamagnetic. Clear? Next one is MnF6 minus 4. This also octahedral complex, T2G and Eg is the splitting. So what is the oxidation state? You have to find out. Manganese oxidation state you don't know. You have put X. And fluorine minus 1 charges. 6 minus 1s are there. Equal to minus 4 you have got. So X equal to minus 4 plus 6. So manganese is in the +2 oxidation state. Manganese plus 2 means what is the d orbital distribution? Manganese will be 3d5 4s2, right? So manganese +2 means how it will be coming? 3d5 configuration, right? 3d5 configuration means this is a fluorine is a weak field ligand, right? Halogen is coming in the spectrochemical series last. So fluorine is a weak field ligand. What will happen? Split. It is electronic distribution as per Hund's rule. So T2G3 Eg2 is the electronic distribution. You have to calculate crystal field stabilization energy minus 0.4 into 3 plus 0.6 into 2 electrons from Eg. So minus 1.2 plus 1.2. You will be getting 0. Crystal field stabilization energy 0 dq you are getting. Okay. So what about magnetism? Mu effective. What magnetic moment is there or not? Since 5 unpaired electrons are there, root of n into n plus 2 you have to do 5 into 7, right? Root 35 you have to do. Root 35 is equivalent to 6, right? This is the magnetic moment. What about ESR activity? It is ESR active and paramagnetic in nature, right? And colored complex. Complex will be having the color, right? These all are the data you will be getting from the crystal field splitting. NiH2 6 times +2. Nickel is in the +2 oxidation state. +2 oxidation state means 3d8 configuration, right? d8 electronic distribution. Water is a strong field or weak field ligand. water is a weak field ligand. So T2G6 Eg2, right? 3 orbitals, first it will be filling and Eg2 orbitals are there. So totally 5 electron, 6, 7 and 8, right? As per Hund's rule it will be filling. So T2G6 Eg2, crystal field stabilization energy is equal to 0.4 into 6 plus 0.6 into 2, right? Minus 2.4 plus 1.2. You will be getting minus 1.2 delta O is equal to minus 12 dq, right? This is the crystal field stabilization energy. What about magnetism? 2 unpaired electrons are there, right? 2, right? Root 8 means equivalent to 3, okay? Here it is ESR active, right? ESR active. Complex is high spin. That also you can predict, right? High spin complex, and it is paramagnetic. So this many details you will be getting from the crystal field theory. And if you see, we have find out so many magnetic moment mu effective. If mu effective number of unpaired electron is 1, the mu effective will be equivalent to 2. Number of unpaired electron 2, mu effective will be equivalent to 3. Number of unpaired electron 3, it will be 4. Number of unpaired electron 5, this will be 6. So if you know the number of unpaired electron, this is the spin only formula, okay? So this is the way octahedral complexes are splitting. Now we have seen two types of complexes are there. This is the splitting. What is the splitting? Delta O is the crystal field splitting in d orbital. How? When high spin complexes are forming, when the low spin complexes are forming. If this delta O is greater, the splitting will be more. That what will happen? Pairing will happen. If the splitting will be more, T2G electron cannot be come to the Eg level, okay? Then what will happen? Pairing will happen. At that time, low spin complexes are forming. So low spin complexes are forming when delta O is greater. Delta O is greater and pairing energy will be lower. So delta O is greater than pairing energy. The fourth electron will not come to the Eg level. At that time, low spin complexes are forming. When high spin complexes are forming, this splitting is very less. Delta O is smaller and the pairing energy will be more. So if delta O is small, what will happen? This T2G electron can come to the Eg level. So as per Hund's rule, electrons will be distributing, okay? And high spin complexes are forming. If the ligand field strength is low, then the splitting will be less, okay? If halogens and oxygen family is having water, chlorine, fluorine, all those ligands will cause the splitting very less. And if you are having a strong field ligands like carbonyl, cyanide, carbon family and nitrogen family, what will happen? Crystal field splitting is more and the fourth electron cannot come to the Eg level. So pairing will happen. At that time, low spin complexes are forming. This is the way you should understand how the high spin and low spin complexes are forming. Okay, you will be getting a sure question from this field. Application of crystal field theory. D orbital splitting in different environment. Linear environment, trigonal bipyramidal, square pyramidal, all those things I had given the d orbital splitting in the last video. If you have not seen that, you please see that also, because you will be getting a sure question about a d orbital splitting and all. So hope you understand it well. To be continued. Thank you for watching.